Cave and Calcar Quarries, Dillman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton, Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, the only health and living community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summer Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springer Insurance, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation. Now, let's head to the action. This is Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local sports.
After a historic regular season that saw the Paoli Rams go undefeated for the first time in school history at 23-0, win the Jefferson County Invitational Tournament, also run the table in the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference, and now have a 32-game regular season winning streak. That is all in the past. Now the Rams set their sights on the future, and that's postseason play as they hope to continue their dominance here in Class 2A Sectional 46 at Salem as they open up against the team that they just played on Friday night, that being the Crawford County Wolfpack. Good evening, everybody, from Brooks Memorial Gymnasium on the Everett Dean Coach, Dave Dedrick, along with David Deaton. It's time now for Rams basketball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play Mix 95.3 WUME. Well, this sectional at Salem started last night with Salem defeating Eastern 52-39. And in the just completed game, it was Mitchell advancing 62-49. That puts us with Crawford County and Paoli up next. Then we'll head to the semifinal round on Friday, where Providence will take on Salem, and Mitchell awaits the winner of this matchup. David Deaton will join me when we return, and we'll take a look at this rematch between the Rams and the Wolfpack. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
When you become a member at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, you're not just banking locally, you're investing in your community. We provide checking and savings accounts, loans for cars and homes, and smart financial advice. But beyond our walls, Hoosier Hills donates money and service hours to strengthen our communities by supporting youth programming, animal welfare, homeless shelters, local events, and more. Join Hoosier Hills and partner with a financial team that's as invested in your community as you are. Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Belong to something more. Visit HoosierHills.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home, as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home, protect it properly. Choose Summer's seamless gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summer's Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Rams get their first taste of Hoosier hysteria in a rematch with the Crawford County Wolfpack. Good evening again, everybody. Dave Dedrick along with David Deaton as the Rams had their way with the Wolfpack on Friday night, David. So now the question is, can we have a repeat, or will the Wolfpack make some strides and close down that 40-point gap?
Yeah, and this was a game last week that started. Crawford County stayed in touch with the Rams in the first quarter, only down 7, but Paoli really jumped ahead with a big second quarter, outscoring Crawford County 19-4, and from then on, the Rams just just kind of pulled away steadily in the second half and eventually put this one to bed last Friday night. And Coach Cole mentioned on Coach's Corner the prior episode before that game that they were going to throw everything at Crawford County, make it harder to scout and try to take away what the Rams like to do. And that plan worked very well here. But it's always hard on a back-to-back because you know what's coming, but at the same time, the other teams had time to adjust and try to figure out what to do with your team coming up. But Crawford County, a young team that has had a tough stretch here at the end of the season, and they're a team that's looking to get some confidence tonight. It's going to start with Braxton Bowman, but the question is, can their supporting cast step up and help him out tonight, give them the boost they need, because it's going to take everybody if they're going to have a chance to stay in touch with Paoli tonight.
It will take a team effort. You're exactly right. As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. We'll talk with head coach Jonathan Bowles of Crawford County and Dusty Cola Paoli. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
As we roll on with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Jonathan Bowles of Crawford County joins us now. His team ready to match up with Paoli in this second game on this Wednesday night in the sectional. We'll get into that in just a few minutes. But, Coach, as we talked about with you Friday night, here's that rarity that does happen, playing Paoli back-to-back at the end of the regular season, then a few days later here, a lot on the line in sectional play.
Yeah, that has tended to happen a lot here lately, but you can't do anything about the draw or anything like that. But I guess, one thing we can do is athletic director Derek and Christopher Broughton have got together, and we are going to change the date on our regular season game. I think sometime in January. I don't know the exact date, but that'll help out a little bit there. I know there was some concern if it ever snowed, being late in February like that, when will we make up a conference game? So I think all in all, for the future, it's a good thing. But, one thing about it, with the draw like it was, probably helped both staffs kind of prepare for sectional. You didn't have an extra prep, and we're pretty familiar with each other. So in that aspect, I guess it was a good thing.
What about that first matchup last Friday night, Coach, from the Wolfpack perspective?
Yeah, it was a tough one. Definitely didn't go exactly how we wanted to. We felt like the first quarter we competed pretty well, but we talked about our keys, and that was turnovers. And we ended up having about 20 turnovers, and Paoli takes advantage of those. They had 27 points off turnovers. And then the next big key we had was second chance baskets. Can't give Paoli those, and they had 14 of them, and that's kind of the ball game. But that's, like we said on here, that's easier said than done. Paoli has done that to a lot of teams, but if we're going to have a chance tonight, we're going to have to take care of those two things. And really, none of the rest of it really matters if we can't take care of those.
Well, you come back here on a second time, a couple of days to get ready. You mentioned turnovers and rebounding. What else do you have to do here tonight besides? I know you probably got to make some shots too, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we've preached all year energy, effort, execution, and I really feel like our kids have done the first two at every single game. I even felt like Friday night. We had good energy to start. We had good effort through the entire game. But our execution was not where it needed to be. And, we already talked about it. We have to have all three if we're going to have a shot tonight. So we did take the last few days of prep. We had 3 days to get ready for this one, and a rest day and Sunday. And, we kind of went through some of our sets and some different things that we can do versus Paoli. We try to convert our sets to where we could run against multiple defenses, because that's a big struggle, as much as they switch up defenses and everything and trap you, you got to be able to kind of morph what you're running, where you can kind of screen it differently depending on what type of defense they're in. So we're hopeful that that will help a little bit, being more organized. But at the end of the day, you got to go make plays. You got to be a basketball player, especially against a team like this. And, like we talked about, we have nothing to lose in this. The expectations of the outside is very, very low, so there shouldn't be any pressure on us, and we hope that can lead to us having some confidence.
Coach, what do you have to do on the defensive end to get stops tonight?
Yeah, well, they had, I believe it was about 35 points in the paint, so we're going to have to squeeze the paint a little bit. And, Paoli has some good shooters. I mean, they really do, and that's what kind of makes it tough when you're talking to your guys like, hey, we got to take the paint away. Then you go out there and, Kirkland comes off the bench and nails some threes. Spires is starting to shoot the ball really well right now. I think people have started to dare him, and he's kind of took offense to that, and, he shot the ball really well. But I think you have to make them beat you from outside. And I'm not saying they can't, but you got to take away something. But the biggest thing in closing down that paint, it gets back to boxing out and taking away those second chance baskets. So that's the biggest thing. We got to take away paint touches for Paoli, and then we got to finish off defensive possessions by blocking out and doing everything possible to get the rebound. We got to have 5 guys on the boards.
Line up for your ball club tonight.
We're going to go with junior point guard in Sturgeon, sophomore guard Braxton Bowman, senior guard Devin Decker, and then we're going to go senior forward Brody Fish, and then senior center Levi Richardson.
And then off your bench?
We'll be similar as we were the other night. We'll have junior guard Ricky Miskell coming off the bench for us. We'll have Landon Sines, who we did not have the other night, who's a junior forward coming off the bench, and then we'll have a senior forward and Wyatt Hensley coming off the bench, and then junior guard and Lucas Cox.
Well, that's a great thing here about postseason play, Coach, as you mentioned. You only got to be good on one particular night to win and advance.
Yeah, it's not the NBA playoffs. It just takes, one game. And, there is a lot of stories out there that you could go back. But one thing we did talk with our guys, because sometimes they don't like to hear about the old-time stories, but, Knox. We mentioned them. Knox got beat 20 points to win a MAC, and then last night they come out and beat them in overtime. So, anything's possible. Anything can happen. You got to have a little bit of belief, and you got to go out there and execute.
Coach Bowles, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thank you.
Head Coach Jonathan Bowles of Crawford County. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Dusty Cole of Paoli joins us now. Rams getting ready for the first sectional contest of the season. Tonight taking on a familiar foe in Crawford County. We'll get into that ball game in just a few minutes. But Coach, here we are. Had a fantastic season, a record-setting season, a lot of goals accomplished, but we still got some things in front of us yet to accomplish.
Yeah, for sure. We've had some goals to start the season, and we've checked a few of those off along the way, but this is still a big one. These seniors, they haven't won a sectional, so this is something we've been after for a while, and that'll start tonight.
Well, it does start tonight. And Coach, you've had to wait around to the final game of this opening round of play here on this Wednesday night.
Yeah, but we kind of like the Wednesday. We kind of like that draw. It just gave us an opportunity to practice and have our sectional dinner early in the week, and then we didn't have anything yesterday after practice. We sent the boys home to take the evening off, which I kind of like doing sometimes. That's like a regular week. So we'll come back and play here today, and then hopefully get off to a good start in the sectional. But we're going to be playing a team that we just played just a few days ago, so we got to watch that tape a lot on both sides of it. We got to watch our tape and their tape, and that should be beneficial to our guys too.
Well, it is a quick turnaround. Played Crawford County Friday, now here on this Wednesday. So, Coach, as you reviewed the tape, what things stood out in your mind about that first win down on the road at Crawford County Friday?
Well, we got to do just a little bit better job on Bowman. He got loose a couple times. We've got to be in the gaps when he touches the ball. We want to hold his scoring down a little bit. We think if we can keep him down to 10 or 15 points, then they'll struggle to get 40 or 45. But we just want to keep pushing pace. That's big for us. We want to go inside a lot, just like we always do. I thought early on Crawford did a nice job, and they challenged stuff inside. But as they start to pick up a couple fouls in there, they soften up a little bit. And then we picked up the pace and changed defenses a little bit. And I think we got into the bench like we have, most of our games, and was able to pull away there late in the second quarter, then had a pretty good run in the third as well.
Yeah, those middle quarters were good for the Rams, able to gap that out. And, Coach, big takeaways in that game, of course, was the win in the conference championship. So what do you build on to get better tonight to take on this team?
Well, I think what's been good for us is we've played with something on the line for quite a few games now. Having the number one ranking, the streak going on, there's been something on the line for, about 3 or 4 weeks now. So I think that's been good for us. I think that should help us here tonight. Kind of keeps the pressure off because that's what we've done. We're kind of used to it. But I think our guys are ready to play. They've had great weeks of practices. The enthusiasm's great. That always helps when you win, obviously. But, not losing the game, it's just kept things really good in practice. And everybody's been in good spirits. And that's a big part of it late in the season.
And from here on out, Coach, there's something on the line every night because you win in advance and you lose and you're done.
Yes, and I just love the experience we have. We have a lot of guys out there that's played a lot of basketball games, even in these tournament games. We've got a lot of guys out there that have already played in 6, 7, 8 tournament games. So I think that'll make a difference. We also have the depth. So, there's not one guy, if he has a bad game, we're going to struggle. And teams have that sometimes. And we have the 8 or 9 guys we've had all season, and they do a nice job of picking each other up. And, I think that'll be the same here in the tournament.
Second time around, what do you expect out of Crawford County?
Well, they're going to play their defense. They're a 2-3 zone defense. They play it pretty high. We might see some wrinkles. They might try a couple of things early on. We don't know for sure, but they want to pack it in a little bit and put some pressure out front too. So they'll play those two styles a little bit back and forth. We might see a little bit of man-to-man, but, I don't think they'll guard us too much man-to-man. They're looking to press to slow us down, and we're kind of looking to press to speed it up a little bit. And you can kind of do both with your pressure. So we'll have to take care of the basketball. I thought they caught us just a little off guard early. We turned it over a little bit the first quarter the other night. But we'll have to take care of the ball. Once we get the ball to the middle of the floor, good things are going to happen. We got to flash in there. We got to work the high-lows a little bit. And again, it's just a 32-minute game. That's what we have to keep in mind. There'll be some times, where they can probably play with us for a little bit, and maybe early on especially. But throughout the 32 minutes, I think we can, have some runs, and they might not be big runs, but just like the other night, we end up winning all 4 quarters. So that'll be important here again.
Line up your Rams tonight?
We'll start the way we have been. So we'll have Cooper and Ian and Dakota Apple in the backcourt, and then we'll have Dane and Traylon at the forwards.
And then off your bench?
Off the bench, we'll bring probably 4 guys in. Cade played well the other night, so he'll probably play some, and Justin, Kirkland, Chad.
Well, Coach, you come in as the favorite here to win this sectional, as you mentioned, but there's been pressure on this team all season long.
Yeah, once we got about halfway through the year, we won the tournament over Christmas. We've been moving up the rankings. We've been the favorite, and quite a few games we've played here the second half of the year. We've seen a lot of different styles. We've seen teams trying to slow it down, teams trying to speed it up. We've seen some teams really shoot the ball well from the outside, and that's what you're going to see in the tournament. You're just going to see those different styles, take everybody's best shot. But again, we've been doing that for a couple of weeks, and I just feel good about where our kids are.
Coach Cole, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head Coach Dusty Colapaoli, stay tuned. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
If there's one thing we all share, it's that our lives are all unique. At Raymond James, we believe that's worth celebrating because financial planning isn't just about numbers and figures. It's about creating the life you envision. So whether you're building a future or preparing for retirement, a Raymond James financial advisor can guide you each step of the way. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
Rams ready to tip off sectional play tonight. As we wrap up the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. And with our lineups, here's David Deaton.
Well, the starters for the visiting team tonight in Crawford County, they will go in the front court with Brody Fish at 6'2" and a senior, averaging 4 points a game. 6'3" senior Levi Richardson will be the other forward tonight, averaging 1.2 points per contest. The other starters for Crawford County, Devin Decker in the backcourt at guard, 6'1" and a senior, 8.4 points a contest. Ian Sturgeon, the 5'10" junior, considered to be their best perimeter defender. He's averaging 7.1 points a game on the season. And the leader of this team in scoring all season, Braxton Bowman, the uber-talented sophomore at 6 foot and a guard, averaging 23 points per game. The Wolfpack are led by their head coach Jonathan Bowles in his first year at his alma mater, Crawford County. Their record 9-14 on the season. The Wolfpack average 54.2, give up 62 points per game. Paoli, the number one team in Class 2A, 23-0. They'll go with their starting lineup of Trey Minton at 6'2" and a senior at forward. Ian Sullivan, 5'10" and a junior, will be the other forward. Minton averaging 3.8. Sullivan, 5.1 points per game. Dane Padgett, the leading scorer on the team for Paoli, will start at center, 6'3" and a senior, averaging 12.3 points per game. Cooper Spires, 6'1" and a senior, 8.8 points per game, starts at one guard. And the other guard, Dakota Apple, 6'3" and a junior, 10.4 points per game. For the Rams, 23-0 on the season. Head coach Dusty Cole is in his 14th season. Their record, 241-93. And those are your starters, presented by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. Dave Dedrick with the call of tonight's game here between these two PLAC rivals, the winner to the semifinals to take on Mitchell on Friday night here at Salem.
Rams hoping for a repeat of last Friday night when they had that huge win over the Wolfpack down at Ferguson Gymnasium. Ball in the air, controlled the tap by Dane Padgett in the backcourt. Rams will get the first shot at the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Crawford, again, like they did the other night, very aggressive in their half-court zones. Rams set into their zone offense. Apple has it to the right of the key to Ian. Sullivan crosses over, looking down low. Rams want to go inside out. Apple out high on the right side. Crawford County going to pack that defense so back low. They want to make sure that they don't give Paoli anything easy down low, particularly for Dane Padgett. Spires between the circles. High post pass goes to Padgett down to the cutting Mitten. Mitten bobbled it, got it back, put the shot up, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Richardson. Rams got what they want. Maybe wanted a foul, but didn't get that. And here comes Sturgeon into the offensive end. Rams open up in their half-court man-to-man. Decker has it on the right side. Into the middle of the lane. Fish kick it out on the right corner. Decker looking. He is a deadly three-point shooter. Here's Bowman off the screen. Pulls it back out with the dribble. Mitten draws that assignment as you expect the Rams' number one defender. Decker pump fakes, drives in. Now another pump fake. Elevates, scores the first two of the night. And it is a 2-0 Crawford County lead. Quickly the Rams in the offensive end. Padgett to a cutting Ian Sullivan. Sullivan in some traffic. He spins down the lane. Contact, shot up, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Decker. Decker will give it off in the backcourt to Bowman. And Crawford on the first two possessions doing what they need to do, according to Coach Jonathan Bowles, and not give up second chance opportunities. For man-to-man, looking on the right side is Decker. Comes to the left of the key to Brody Fish to Bowman. Bowman into the middle of the court. Decker out front to Sturgeon looking, nowhere to go. Richardson pops out at the top of the key on the switch, cleared out on the left side. Tried to execute a backdoor cut, but the Rams were ready for that particular play. Sturgeon gives it off in the corner. Fish drives on the baseline, reverses his shot, partially blocked by Sullivan. Rebound pulled down by Padgett. Quickly, here come the Rams the other way, but Bowman into the passing lane with the steal. Comes the other way, drives in, but before he can get the shot up, he is fouled in the floor. As Crawford County here early, David, giving the Rams a little bit of their own medicine.
Yeah, a great job by Bowman to deflect it. It hit Fish right in the chest there in the front court, and then looked like Paoli could get it back, but then Bowman able to recover it there. So good defense for Crawford in the half court. Foul was on Dakota Apple of Paoli. That's his first, team's first. Ian Sullivan out of the contest for Paoli.
Kirkland Hughes enters. Bounce pass comes in. The Decker blocked out of there by Kirkland Hughes on a nice defensive play as Crawford cleared it out on the left side. Rams trailing 2-0. Out high Apple. Hook pass over to Spires to the left of the key. Give it up to Apple between the circles against the 2-3 zone. Apple surveying that zone defense back to Spires. Spires near the center circle, the Lion logo. High post pass to Mitten back to Spires. Spires looking as Mitten tried to get the defender on his hip. Now he does. Down the lane, kick it out in the corner, but the pass is just too far out in front of Dakota Apple. And the Rams have turned it over twice here in the early part of this ball game.
Well, Crawford's zone has been highly effective so far. Paoli just spending a lot of time trying to find spots and not getting the ball moving quick enough. Crawford County subbing a couple of new faces into the game here as they put in Wyatt Hensley for the first time and Ricky Mishkol also checking in for the first time tonight.
Crawford going to their bench. That's what the Rams like to do. Coach Bowles going to have a seven-man rotation here tonight. Bowman between the circles against the man-to-man. Dribbles to the left of the key. Pulls it back out behind the arc. Give it off on the right side to Mishkol. Mishkol, Brody Fish gets that ball on the right wing. Nowhere to go into the corner. Bowman right in front of the Ram cheer block where tonight they have elevated a lot of colors. Up and under shot, no good from the right side. That time the miss by Bowman. Spires the rebound quickly the other way. Bounce pass to Mitten on the right side. Down the lane to Apple. Apple bobbled it, got it back into the corner. He goes cross-court to Hughes. Hughes all alone. Three left side. It rims in and out. No good. Padgett, skies high, gets the rebound. Comes down on the right side, lays it up and in. And we're tied 2-2 at the 4:40 mark. Rams set up their 2-2-1 full-court pressure. Quickly in the offensive end. Hensley to a cutting Decker who laid it up and good. Decker, a nice move right down the lane. His fourth point. Crawford out in front, 4-2. Rams quickly away in the middle. The ball tipped away. It's bounced around off a couple of players. Padgett was the last to touch it, and it will go back over to Crawford County. Third turnover, and Coach Dusty Cole has a substitution as Chad Sullivan will come into the lineup, and also Ian Sturgeon will re-enter for the Crawford County Wolfpack in their traveling brown trimmed in the burnt orange and white here tonight.
Landon Sines also out there for Crawford County. This zone is really boggling Paoli, but Crawford County's doing a great job staying home, playing their assignment, and they're playing very disciplined. Now they got to deal with this full-court press of the Rams.
Rams go 1-2-2 over the top. Ball to Sines, who did not play. Sines bobbled it out of bounds, and that'll be turnover number 1 on Crawford County. Again, Crawford County the other night had nearly 20 turnovers in that ball game.
That's going to be one of their keys, is taking care of the basketball. They did that really well up until that press. That's the first time Paoli has shown it tonight, and they struggled with it on that particular possession.
Spires looks right, goes left to Apple against the 2-3 to Spires between the circles, right side to use. Post up down low. Here's Paget in the lane, just muscles it, shot up and good off the glass over Signs. We're tied at 4. Under 4 minutes to go. Quickly in the backcourt, Sturgeon against the full court pressure. Stop near midcourt. Give it off on the right side. Working his Signs. Signs in a double team. He needs some help. Finally steps through to Sturgeon. Sturgeon looking as the ball knocked away and stolen that time by Cooper Spires. And the ball going to go out of bounds right again in front of the cheer block. Good student cheer block here tonight. They have a lot of the bright orange and yellows and reds out there.
Neon night for the Rams cheer block.
Absolutely. Even one in a tuxedo, so somebody dressed up tonight. Good to see. Rams go 1-2-2 in the half court, trying to put some pressure out high. Miskel pass it over the top of Sturgeon. Sturgeon to the left of the key. Here's a long 3 by Bowman. It's off the rim, no good. But all alone underneath is Richardson for the offensive rebound to put it up and good for his first 2. Pack back out in front, 6-4 with 3:15 to go in the first quarter of play. Crawford extending that 2-3 zone. Apple to Spires between the circles. Spires setting it up as he directs traffic down low. Here's in the high post to Paget, right back to Cooper. Fakes 3, dribbles in all the way to the rim. Shot up, traffic, no good. Got his own rebound, put it up, no good. But a whistle and a foul going to be called, as a shoving foul will be called on Paoli. And Spires will be called for that, going after his own miss.
Yeah, Cooper getting a little exuberant there. He kind of ran his way down into the lane, and then on the rebound, it kind of had a little bit of a push-off there. It'll be his first and the team's second on the Rams. So Apple and Spires both with a foul early here for Paoli.
Once again, Coach Bowles getting Fish back in, getting his lineup and moving through. Full court pressure. Fish has it on the right wing. Deep into the corner. Decker launches 3 from the right side. No good. Rebound coming down with their Kirkland Hughes. Out left to Apple. Apple quickly in the offense, and it hits the trailer. Spires back to Apple. Apple looking down low, trying to get it into Chad Sullivan. They do on the baseline. Chad in a double team, steps through it. Ball back out, tipped away and stolen. Decker the other way. Decker takes it with the left hand, shovels it back to Bowman. Pump fake, steps back, 3 on the way. Oh, way off the mark, no good. But another offensive rebound on the right side by Decker, who lays it up and good. And Crawford County out now to an 8-4 lead with 2:22 to go. As Crawford, the team that is more aggressive and high octane here in this first quarter of play.
Foul on Kirkland Hughes. That'll be his first and the team's third. And Bowman did a great job faking there, sold the fake. Chad flying by him in that left corner, but then he airballs it. Great position there for Decker. He was anticipating just in case. Be ready, be in position. Did a great job getting the rebound, sticking it up and in. He's got 6 of the first 8 points for Crawford County, and he's not a big-time scorer, but he's having a good start tonight, and that's what the Wolfpack need.
Free throw is up and good. Comes up short. The ball tipped around. Mitten fights for it. Can he save it? And we're looking at the officials. It's going to be last touch by Brody Fish. You mentioned Devin Decker, 6'1 senior, 8.4 average. He had 9 in the first game, so just a tick above his average. And well, we've got Bowman trying to get back in.
Yeah, he'll come in and he'll replace, let's see here, he'll replace Hensley in the lineup. So they're going back with him. Coach Bowles trying to keep guys fresh, rotating, and kind of keeping up with Paoli as far as substitution patterns so far.
Well, that's a big difference from the first game. A lot more substitution, probably more in this quarter than Crawford County had the all night long. Mitten to the right of the key to Thornton, who checked in. Shovels a pass off to Apple to the left of the key. Down near the new 2-minute mark. Jump pass to Spires. Here's 3 on the way by Cooper. It's off the mark. No good. Chad the rebound down low. Lost it. Got it back. Put it up. No good. But he is going to be fouled, and that'll put Chad Sullivan to the free throw line. One of the few second chance opportunities the Rams have had here in this first quarter.
Well, that's a great point. Crawford County's done a fantastic job holding Paoli to 1 shot and out, even in a zone, which is hard to do. It's harder to rebound in a zone than man-to-man. Devin Decker's foul for Crawford County. That's his first, team's first, with Sullivan at the line, knocking down the first free throw, first point of the game. First time a Ram besides Dane Paget has scored here in the early going.
8-5. Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. 1:56 to go, first quarter of play. Chad just a 55% free throw shooter. Second one's too hard, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Richardson in the middle of the lane. He'll let some traffic clear in the backcourt. Rams will set it up in the half court. They'll go back to their man-to-man defense. Decker has it to the right of the key. Bounce pass comes to Sturgeon. Sturgeon looking, lets some defenders fly by, crosses over to the high post, gets to the free throw line. Back down the lane. Here's Bowman on the run. Shot up off the glass is up and good. Bowman, a nice off-balance shot in traffic. And the Pack have doubled up the Rams 10-5 with 1:25 to go here in the first quarter of play. Crawford out to a quick start. Down low to Thornton, and the ball tipped away. However, Brody Fish playing defense with his hands instead of his feet getting out there, and he'll be called for the reach-in foul.
That will be the first on Brody Fish. That's 2 now on Crawford County in the quarter with 1:20 to go. Cooper Spires out, Dakota Apple back in, then Traylon Minton also back in there for Paoli, so they're trying to sub in, but Crawford County up 10-5. Couldn't have asked for a better start to this game tonight with their effort on the glass to this point.
Minton into Apple. Apple fakes, spin move down in the lane, splits 2 defenders, tried to pass it away, but it's going to be stolen as Signs comes up with the turnover. Number 5 on the Rams compared to just 1 for Crawford County. Decker in the middle of the court to Bowman. Bowman near the spike line with the dribble against the man-to-man, shovels it off to Sturgeon, and Sturgeon will reset it with 1 minute to go here in quarter number 1. Bounce pass comes left side to Signs. Out front with it, working as Richardson. Move it over to Decker. Good ball movement. Bowman has it to the right of the key. Bowman looking down low. They're trying to clear it out. He works one-on-one on Minton. Spin move down the lane. Cut off in a double team. On the baseline, driving in as Signs. Muscled up the shot. Oh, it rolls off. No good. Richardson tips it around. It will not go. And finally, Sullivan comes down with it for the Rams. They only down by 5 with 33 seconds to go. Apple against the 2-3 to Minton. Back to Apple between the circles. Rams go to the double high post set against this zone. Nobody below the free throw line for the Rams. Finally, Sullivan goes to the low post on the right side. See if Paoli will try and hold for the final shot, down by 5 with 15 seconds to go. As Crawford has flipped the script, so to speak, here in quarter number 1 in sectional play. Out high, Apple with the basketball. Jump pass down low to Chad. Chad in a double team, turns right in front of the rim, lays it up and good. 10-7, and that's going to be the first quarter of play. But the Wolfpack off to a good start with a 3-point lead on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
First 8 minutes of this ball game going the way the Pack scripted it as they have a 3-point lead, and the better team in the first 8 minutes of playing out on the court.
Yeah, they definitely hustled. They're not intimidated at all. And having seen Paoli once, it kind of demystified the Rams a little bit too. But, I mean, so far it's been Devin Decker doing a great job with 6 points. They're rebounding really well, and they're moving the ball pretty well most of the time against Paoli.
Long 3, right corner. Oh, Bowman off the side of the backboard as the Rams went to the 1-3-1. Mitten has the rebound. Pushes it up to Apple. It's Chad Sullivan, Dane Padgett, Cooper Spires, Trey Mitten, and Dakota Apple. Spires deep in that left corner against the zone. Pass it out to Padgett. Bowman in there on the defense. Deflected the ball, but it goes right to Spires. Trying to post up down low. There's Mitten at the high post down low to Padgett. Dane just going to muscle his way up. At that time, Hensley just wrapped him up on the arm. Hensley, Sturgeon, along with Bowman and Fish out there for Crawford County. And Devin Decker, the round out there, 5.
Foul was called against Wyatt Hensley to Dave's point. That's his team's first of the quarter, trying to prevent the easy shot inside.
Lob it in. Here's Sullivan again, trying to go up and under in the lane in a double team. And another reach-in foul going to be called on Crawford County. And that'll be a shooting foul for Chad Sullivan.
Well, that's going to be back-to-back on Wyatt Hensley there. That's 2 on him now. 2 in the quarter quickly. We're just 39 seconds into the quarter, and that's already 2 quick fouls on the Wolfpack. So Coach Bowles having to utilize that bench, and it looks like he'll have to do so again here coming up with Chad at the free throw line, knocking down the first of 2 for his 4th point here early, as points are really at a premium for the Rams to this point.
Chad had 12 in the win on Friday night, trying to back that up with another strong performance here tonight. Second free throw was up and missed it. Flying through, though, is Dane Padgett. He's going to be tied up down with Decker on the baseline. That'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with the Rams. Kirkland Hughes will come in, and Traylon Mitten will come out at the 7:19 mark. Crawford up 10-8. Levi Richardson, the 6'3 senior, re-enters, and coming out will be Wyatt Hensley with those 2 fouls. Rams have it on the baseline just to the left of the bucket. Ricky Miskell comes back in, the 6-foot junior, and he will replace Ian Sturgeon in the Wolfpack lineup. Crawford staying in that 2-3 zone down on the baseline. Really may try and switch up in the little man-to-man. Lob it into Apple right in the lane. Goes up, shot blocked out of there by Richardson, and the rebound pulled down by Brody Fish. The Rams had what they wanted, but a better defensive play that time by the Pack. 1-3-1 half-court trap. Here's Miskell launching 3 left side. No good. Ball tipped around. Sullivan the rebound. Here come the Rams on the run. Ahead to Padgett. Dane going to drive in. Bump. No foul called. And the rebound cleared out by Richardson for Crawford County. Slowing things up, but this pace is picking up. That's what the Rams want, even though they trail by 2. Working out high, Bowman with the basketball against the 1-3-1. Comes left side to Decker. Decker at the spike line. The ball deflected in the backcourt. Apple tries to save it, and no, he cannot. Tried to shove it back to his teammate Kirkland Hughes while he was sliding there on the court. Great effort, but the Rams just couldn't pull it off.
Did a great job getting the deflection there right back in for Crawford County. Ian Sturgeon going to give Devin Decker a breather. And then for Paoli, Trey Minton returning. He'll replace Chad Sullivan in the lineup out there. Good hustle from Apple. Got a great deflection. Tried to save it back to Hughes behind, but the ball just not sticking to either one of those guys when it rolled out of bounds.
1-3-1 half-court trap for the Rams. Brody Fish on the right wing dribbles in. Pass it over to Sturgeon. 3 on the way. Left of the key. Way off the mark. No good. Rebound pulled down by Trey Minton. Minton bobbled it, give it off to Spires. Rams look to tie or get the lead. Hughes in the corner left side, back to Apple to Minton, work it right side. Cooper Spires lines up 3. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Ball tipped around. Minton has the rebound. Trey dribbles in the lane, put it up in traffic, and he's got it. Minton's first 2, and we're tied 10-10. 6:08 to go in the first half. Rams going to extend it to a half-court 1-3-1. Sturgeon sees it as he walks it up down the right sideline, gets it into the offensive part of the court. His pass deflected, picked up by Padgett. Lead pass ahead. Here's Apple at a double team, lays it up off the rim. No good. Minton, though, with the follow, puts it back up and in. And the Rams able to get a couple of turnovers and get the lead here finally in this second quarter, 12-10 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Rams on top, 12-10. Probably the busiest man on the court, or should say not on the court, but off the court, is our official scorer, Ray Opal, in front of us. With all these substitutions that have been gone in and out, I mean, it's just been like a revolving door.
It really has, and it's shocking to see Crawford County substitute the way they have. It's not shocking for Paoli. That's been a part of their team all year, but no, the Wolfpack facing full court pressure again out of the timeout. Another turnover.
Poked away by Apple. Here's Kirkland Hughes to Apple. Apple dribbles down the lane, kick it back to Kirkland. Lines up 3, left side, up and good. Rams a turnover into 3, have their biggest lead of the night at 5 at 15-10. 5:30 to go. Ram fans across the way start to get energized a little bit. Out front with the basketball working. Oh, here's a collision between Bowman and Mitten. The ball loose. Kirkland Hughes comes out of there with it to Apple. Back to Hughes. Can he hit 2 in a row? 3 on the way, in and out. No good. And Miskell has the weak side rebound for the Wolfpack. Down the right side comes Sturgeon. Sturgeon into the offensive end. Backdoor cut. He's got a man there. That's Decker who reverses with the left hand, lays it up and good. 8 for Decker to finally stymie that Rams run to cut the lead to 15-12 with 5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Working on the right side, Apple down low. Here's Paget. Gain in the lane. That's too easy. Lays it up and good off the glass. 2 more for Paget. And the lead back out to 5 at 17-12. Half-court trap for the Rams. Now they'll back up and pick up in the man-to-man. Bowman between the circles on the dribble. Looks out high for a screen. Takes a left-handed dribble behind the back. Pull up, free throw line jumper. Elevates and good. Bowman, 2 more. 17-14. He's got 4 on the night. Hughes into the offensive end. The Spires in a double team. Down low, here's Paget in traffic. Bobbled it, got it back, still fighting for it. Now he dribbles in, forces a shot up in traffic. No good. Ball is tipped around loose, and finally Mistel comes out of there with it for the Wolfpack. He'll slow things up to Sturgeon. Rams up by 3 with 4:10 to go. Sturgeon dribbles all the way to the baseline. Stop, pump fake, shot up off the glass, no good. Ball tipped around loose. Trey Mitten comes out of there with it on the run out. Mitten goes down the left side, stops, puts it up off the glass and good. And he goes coast to coast for his 6th point. Trey only had 4 in the first ball game. 19-14, Rams back out on top again, getting the pace that they want, up and down. Bowman to the right of the key, all alone. Long 3 going to be an air ball as it goes out of bounds. As Bowman a little upset. He rushed that shot. He was wide open, but that is a shot that he can make.
Yeah, he's the most versatile shooter on this team. He has in-the-gym range as soon as he steps in there, and that's a shot that they'll take every time. But if it's a little hurried, then it's not a good shot. It doesn't matter how good a player you are, how good a shooter you are for that matter.
Ian and Chad come in, the Sullivan brothers, along with Justin Thornton. Staying out will be Spires and Kirkland Hughes for the Rams. Crawford stays in that 2-3 zone. Left side, Thornton has it with the dribble, looking back to Spires into the corner. 3 out of the left corner, Kirkland Hughes. Oh, that rims in and out, no good. Rebound, Sullivan had the ball raked away, gives it back, drives right side, shot up, no good. Chad will be at the free throw line, and great to see Chad be that aggressive on the offensive glass there. The Rams got a little talking to, I think, at the quarter break about going after some of those missed shots.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Chad is definitely good enough and strong enough to get in there against this Wolfpack lineup. That foul on Crawford County is on Landon Sines. His first, team's 3rd of the quarter, as Sullivan, yet again, sinks the first free throw, but it's been that second free throw that's been a problem so far early on for Chad.
6-point lead for the Rams, 20-14, 3:25 to go in the first half of play. Sullivan's next free throw is up. It knocks that one down, so he went 2 for 2 as Spires will get a break. Dakota Apple in. Bowman will come back into the ball game, and Levi Richardson will take a seat. Rams, though, still going to extend their defense. 1-2-2-1, full court pressure in the backcourt. Sturgeon comes to Bowman right in front of us on the sideline. Back to Sturgeon. Fires it in the middle to Decker. Back to Bowman. He's going to drive all the way in. Lays it up and good off the glass. Nice job to attack by Bowman. He's got 6 on the night. 21-16 with 3:10 to go. Right side. Hughes down low. Here's Chad turning right back into the lane. A little soft jumper, no good. Ian comes down with it, but the ball wrestled away from him on a nice play that time by Sines, and the Wolfpack move it up court. Down the right sideline, Decker's pass is nearly stolen. Bowman able to track it down after the deflection as they clear it out to the Wolfpack to the 1-4 set. Sturgeon into the corner to Decker, back to Bowman. Bowman crosses over, comes to the free throw line. Good help defense by the Rams. Used up that dribble, needs some help. Bounce pass down the lane, driving his Sines. He's in a lot of traffic. Got to kick it out into the corner. 3 left side, Sturgeon back of the rim, no good. And Ian Sullivan will come down with the rebound. And that one will go, I believe, on Landon Sines, number 30 of Crawford County.
Well, we'll get the official word here. It will be on Sines. That's now 2 on him. So he joins Wyatt Hensley with 2 fouls apiece for Crawford County. That's their 4th foul of the quarter, so no more fouls to give. Next one will put the Rams in the double bonus with 2:31 left here as Cooper Spires checks in, replacing Kirkland Hughes in the Rams lineup.
Kirkland, a nice game in this first half, both offensively and defensively, in particular rebounding as well. Rams have needed his work off the bench here in this first half. 5-point lead with 2:25 to go here in the first half of play. Ian Sullivan across the timeline against the 2-3 zone. Apple round the perimeter to Ian. Left side of the key, Cooper Spires down low. He's got Apple, but the ball is going to be tipped away. He's going to go out of bounds. Rams tried the lob as Thornton set up the screen, but Dakota just wasn't quite ready for it, and that's turnover number 6.
Well, and Bowman got a piece of it as the ball was coming to Apple there on that right block, so that certainly didn't help matters, kind of changed the direction of the basketball, resulting in that turnover to the Wolfpack.
Down the left side, Sturgeon gets it into the offensive end. Rams drop back into their half-court man-to-man. 21-16, Paoli on top, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Left side, Brody Fish with the basketball. Out front to Bowman, fakes right, goes left into the lane, kick it out to Sturgeon on the bounce pass. Oh, a nice save there by Fish, but then he throws it away to the hands of Thornton. Thornton up to Apple. Apple weaves his way through traffic, kick it out. Ian Sullivan, 3 right side, no good. Ball tipped around loose. It's saved in by Crawford, but right to Thornton, who finger rolls as he goes right down the lane, lay it up and in. Another second chance for the Rams, 23-16. Sturgeon in the backcourt against the trapping press. Picked up that dribble, needs some help. It's ripped away and stolen by Ian Sullivan, but they're going to give Crawford County a timeout, saying that Coach Jonathan Bowles called that timeout before the ball was ripped away. 1:27 to go. Rams up 23-16 in the second quarter. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Rams lead it by 7, minute 27 to go, but the big difference has been the pace in this second quarter for Paoli.
Yeah, the Rams have been more active, getting their hands on the basketball, forcing turnovers, getting out in the open floor, what they like to do. It's a 16-6 quarter in favor of Paoli, so just like the first go-around last Friday, the second quarter going to the Rams, and they're turning it around.
2-2-1 full court pressure. Fire it over to Fish. Left side gets it across the timeline into a double team. Needs some help. Sturgeon kick it out into the corner to the left side to Richardson. Richardson picked up by Sullivan, and we're going to get a travel called on Richardson. But once again, David, that relentless pressure by Paoli leading to a turnover.
Yeah, kind of a flyby there on the denial as Richardson was trying to get that handoff. And the good thing for him was, or the bad thing for him was, he was kind of stretched out a little bit, so that forced that back foot. He kind of drug it behind him inadvertently, and of course didn't mean to do that, but the big turnover, Paoli up 7 with the momentum and the basketball.
3 could give them a double-digit lead. 2 would give them 9, which would be their biggest lead of the night. Apple out front to Spires. Fakes, dribbles to the free throw line. Bounce pass to Apple in the lane. Kick it back out. Use 3 right of the key. High arcing shot in and out. No good. Apple tracks it down deep in the right corner. He launches 3. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound, Dane Padgett down low. And they're going to call a foul on Padgett, even though the Crawford County player just fell to the floor.
Yeah.
We've seen that so many times. The strength of Dane Padgett gets him in more trouble than anything just because he's the strongest man out there.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate call there against the Rams. That's only going to be the first of the quarter on Paoli, and that is only the first on Dane Padgett tonight.
Rolled under a minute to go here. Rams up by 7. Sturgeon with the basketball across the timeline. Gets it in the offensive end. Steps through the double team to Decker. Decker trapped in the corner right side. Kick it back out. Sturgeon launches 3 right side. Way off the mark. No good. Ball batted around. Here come out of there. Hughes with the basketball. Slows it up to Spires. Down to 30 seconds to go. Here's all alone. Hughes didn't take the 3, but Spires will get it back. And he's either going to be play number 1 or we're going to go for one shot. So we'll wait and see here as we settle things down. Looks like it's going to be a one-shot opportunity for the Rams. Down to 15 seconds to go. See if they can close out this half on a positive note after a big second quarter. Apple to the right of the quarter with 8. Crosses over behind the back. Spin move down the lane. Steps through. Shot up. Contact off the glass. Good with 2 seconds to go. No foul. Length of the court. Long pass. Way off the mark. No good. And that'll be your first half of play here in the Salem sectional second game on Wednesday night. Rams, their biggest lead of the night at the half by 9, 25-16. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
After our first quarter that went Crawford County's way, the Rams got the pace going more up and down in that second quarter and were able to outscore the Wolfpack to get the lead to 25-16 here at the halftime break. As we begin the Whitfield Investments halftime report, give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. Here in this first half of play, we always look at rebounding, and that's what both teams were talking about as far as the coaches in that pregame show. The Rams had a total of 22 rebounds compared to 12 for Crawford County, and the Rams had 8 offensive rebounds compared to 3 for the Wolfpack. Turnovers tonight, that was going to be a big key as well, and in this first half of play, the Rams with 6 turnovers compared to Crawford County's 7 turnovers. Crawford County, as we mentioned, got off to a great start. We've had 1 tie and 1 lead change here in this half. It was a tightly played first quarter of play, 10-7 at the end of that first quarter break. Rams and the Wolfpack go back and forth again to start. Then Paoli able to get a little run going through the middle part of period number 2, and they were finally able to get the lead here tonight and boost it up to 7 at the 5:07 mark at 15-12. Got it up to that 17-12 mark at the 4:53 on a basket by Dane Padgett, and then Paoli able to hold off Crawford County down the stretch, and a big second quarter there for the Rams, outscoring the Wolfpack, and they take the lead here at the half by a margin of 25-16. When we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, we'll take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home, protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Rams in a battle with the Wolfpack here at the half in the second game in Class 2A Sectional 46 at Salem High School. Paoli, though, a good second quarter to lead it now by 9, 25-16.
Taking a look at the shooting in the first half between the two teams, and for the Wolfpack, they started this game okay from the floor. 5 out of 13 shooting over the first quarter of play, first 8 minutes of play, but then they cooled off in the second quarter, dropped to 3 out of 10. So in total, the Wolfpack 8 out of 23, 35%. They'd like to elevate that in the second half. They were 0 for 3 from behind the arc in the first quarter, 0 for 6 in the second quarter, and they've had some good looks at 3, but some of those shots have either been hurried or they've just been a little out of sync. So they're 0 for 9 from behind the arc, which means they're 8 out of 14 inside the arc. And if you're Coach Bowles, you'll take that all day against this Paoli team. 57% inside the arc, but 0 for 9 from the outside. And they only got one free throw attempt from Devin Decker in the first quarter. He missed that, so they're 0 for 1 as a team. As for the Rams shooting, 3 of 8. Cold start in the first quarter. It did not get any better, however, in the second quarter. Paoli just 7 out of 18 over the second 8 minutes. 10 out of 26 shooting for Paoli, 38% so far at halftime. Three-point shooting a little better for the Rams, 0 for 2 in the first quarter, 1 of 6 in the second. That's total now 1 out of 8 from behind the arc, 13%. Paoli is 9 of 18, 50% inside the arc in the first half. Chad Sullivan has all the free throws. He's 3 out of 6. That's the team total as well at 50% here in the first half. We'll continue along with the Whitfield Investments halftime report on the other side of the break. We'll go through the individual scoring between the Rams and the Wolfpack. Paoli up 25-16 at halftime on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of Paoli Rams basketball in the Salem sectional right here on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
The Whitfield Investments halftime report continuing along here from Brooks Memorial Gymnasium on Everett Dean Court here in Salem. Paoli up 25-16 on Crawford County on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. The individual scoring for Crawford County, it has been Devin Decker leading the way so far. 8 points in that first half. 6 of those 8 points happened in the first quarter of play, so it's Decker leading Crawford County with 8. Braxton Bowman has 6 so far. The leading scorer for the Wolfpack held to 2 in the first quarter and 4 in the second quarter. Levi Richardson got a basket for 2 in the first quarter, 2 points for him. And outside of that, it's been Brody Fish, Ian Sturgeon, Ricky Mishkol, Wyatt Hensley, and Landon Sines. They've all played but have not scored. For Paoli, balanced effort, 2 players leading the way with 6 points, Trey Minton and Dane Padgett. Minton had all 6 of his points in the second quarter. Padgett, 4 points in the first quarter. Chad Sullivan, 5 points for him. He has 3 points in the first, 2 in the second. And then for the Rams, Kirkland Hughes made his only tray in the second quarter. He's got 3 points. Dakota Apple, that basket right before halftime, has him at 2 points. And Justin Thornton with an offensive rebound basket in the second. He has 2 points. Ian Sullivan and Cooper Spires have seen time but have not scored for Paoli. One more break, and then we'll get you to the third quarter. Paoli leading 25-16 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of Paoli Rams basketball in the Salem sectional right here on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7 or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At
As we wrap up the Whitfield Investments halftime report, give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. As the Rams back out on the court, here comes Crawford County as well as we get ready to go with second half action. Again, that first half, a game of quarters. Crawford County the advantage in the first 8 minutes, but the Rams much better in that second quarter, holding Crawford to just 6 points in that second period of play. Paoli goes Cooper, Spires, Ian Sullivan, Dakota Apple, Dane Paget, and Traylon Mitten. For the Crawford County Wolfpack, they will go with their original 5 of Brody Fish, Levi Richardson, Devin Decker, Ian Sturgeon, and Braxton Bowman. Rams come out a quick jump trap. Here's Bowman down the right sideline all the way to the baseline. Moves in, contact, pulls up a shot, no good. Down low, Apple has the rebound, turns, heads up court. He's got 2-on-2, does not have numbers, slows things up. Back out to Mitten. Mitten right down the lane. Traylon drops it off to a wide-open Paget. Shot blocked by Richardson, but then Paget in one motion gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. Rams up by 11. Quickly down the left sideline, Decker to the offensive end against the Rams jumping trap defense. He's in the corner in a world of hurt. Needs some help. Ball tipped away. Stolen out of there with it. Traylon Mitten. Mitten a bounce pass head to Sullivan, who fumbled it, and it goes out of bounds. And the Rams give it right back over to the Wolfpack.
Paget getting his 8th point of the night on that dish. Great ball movement and spacing there. Unfortunately, on the transition, the ball getting a little bit ahead of Sullivan. He took his eye off it for a split second and lost it out of bounds. So now the Rams setting up in their 2-2-1 full court press.
In the backcourt, Bowman has it, comes down the right sideline. Lob pass deep in the corner to Decker. Decker in the double team, back to Bowman. Bowman to Decker on the baseline, working on that right side. Bowman right in front of the Wolfpack bench. Pass out to the middle of the court. Sturgeon able to corral it. Used up his dribble. Needs some help. Skips it into the corner. Faking on the baseline is Decker, cut off there by Mitten. Skip pass out front to Sturgeon. Right side to Bowman. Bowman dribbles into the arc. Pulls it back out with the dribble. Sturgeon between the circles. Rams in their 2-3 zone, but very active. Bowman down the lane. Puts up a shot. A soft one off the glass in traffic. Up and good. Bowman gets another 2 quickly. The Rams the other way. Here's driving is Ian Sullivan from the left side. His shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Richardson. Rams lead at 27-18. We played 90 seconds here in this third quarter. Bowman out high with the basketball in the middle to Sturgeon. Sturgeon in a triple team, needs some help. Down the lane he goes, still loose. Ball knocked on the floor, and then we get some contact from behind, and Traylon Mitten will be called for the personal foul.
Ball got a little loose there for Sturgeon, and he kind of got bailed out there by the Rams. Mitten trying to go after it himself, and Sturgeon fortunate because he had 3 Rams around him there. That foul on Trey Mitten, that's going to be his first and the team's first of the quarter. 5 different Rams, all with 1 foul, as the Wolfpack go to Ricky Mishkill off the bench, bringing him in for Levi Richardson.
On the baseline, Sturgeon to trigger it into the corner. Bowman drives on the baseline into a double team. Pass to Mishkill down the lane. The ball is loose. Out of there with it is Ian Sullivan. Sullivan rushes it in. Down the lane, jump pass from Spires to Paget. His shot rims in and out, no good. And down low on the baseline, there was Decker. He was just in that bad place right there out of bounds and did not establish position inbounds when he touched the basketball.
Yeah, unfortunate break there for him as he had the position, just didn't have the feet where he needed them there. Mishkill right back out of the contest for the Wolfpack, and right back in there is Richardson. Ian Sullivan sits down, and Kirkland Hughes returning for the Rams here in the third quarter.
Spires looking, going to lob it out to Apple at the spike line. Played 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Rams up by 9. Dakota Apple going to set it up, spread out Crawford County in their 2-3. They've got to come out now. Mitten has it to the left of the key. Mitten looking, high post pass to Paget, shovel it back out to Hughes, fakes 3, give it off to Mitten to the left of the key. Rams reset. They got Paget at the free throw line. Would like to make him the distributor if they can. Paoli now readjust and put Spires at the top of the key with Apple on the baseline. Hughes to the right of the key to Apple. Apple turns on the baseline. Looking back, couldn't get the shot off, crosses over, jump pass out to Hughes. 3 straight away by Kirkland, front of the rim short. Going to get his own rebound, kick it off the Spires, all alone 3 left side off the rim, no good. Ball tipped around, Mitten another time, back to Paget, is going to slow it up. Apple, he fakes, he's going to drive in all the way to the rim, lays it up and good off the glass by Dakota Apple, his 4th point of the night. Lead back up to 11, 5-10 and counting in the third. Rams stay in their 2-3 zone, but again, going to be trapping wherever possible. Bowman lost it behind the back dribble, got it back, picked up there by Mitten as the Rams switch and go to their half-court man-to-man. Bowman used up that dribble, give it off to Fish, then he and Bowman collide, nearly knocked each other off kilter, and finally Richardson comes out to bail him out. Sturgeon to the right of the key, and Crawford County going to reset in the half court against Paoli's man-to-man. 4:40 in counting. Decker right in front, and we get a foul away from the basketball, as this will be an illegal screen called on Braxton Bowman.
Well, he pushed off. He was trying to get open there at the top of the arc, and unfortunately for him, he kind of used that forearm there to try to knock the defender off. So that foul on Bowman will be his. Well, I got it for his first. They've got 3 for some reason. Now they're going to adjust it on the scoreboard there. First of the quarter on Crawford County, another turnover, and they're really starting to stack up against the Wolfpack in the turnover category.
That's number 10. Hensley back in along with Signs. Both of those young men played well. Down low, here's Chad Sullivan in. He dribbles, bounce pass to the left side to a wide-open Dane Padgett, who lays it up and in. Good ball movement by the Rams' 2 big men. That is 10 for Padgett. 31-18 in the backcourt, and Sturgeon in a world of hurt right at the 10-second line, and Coach Bowles has to burn a timeout. 4:19 to go in the third. Rams on top, 31-18. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Rams defense forces Crawford to take another timeout. As Paoli, once again, David just continues to try and ratchet up the pressure.
Yeah, they've done a great job of that, not just in the full court, but in the half court. I think the half court defense has actually been more effective tonight than the full court press for Crawford against Crawford County. Getting turnovers, deflections, that's Paoli's game. They're playing it to the max now, and the Wolfpack just looking for answers on offense at this point.
Hensley in the backcourt to Bowman. Bowman with the dribble, weaves his way through some traffic, gets it to the right of the key, tries to turn the corner, split a double team, and as he goes up for a shot in traffic, there's going to be a foul call, but way before the shot, Kirkland Hughes will be the guilty party.
Well, that's going to be the first Ram to pick up his second foul. Kirkland has his second, team second of the quarter. Bowman trying to navigate the right side of that zone above the baseline short corner and was able to get there, but the Rams had to stop him from getting to the basket there with the foul.
Lob it in, taken away Hensley to Bowman. Now Bowman finally gets the ball back, and the Rams going to set up into their 2-3. Miskell lines up 3, left side, way off the mark, no good. Padgett has to go up on the baseline to rebound, give it off to Apple. Dakota between a couple of defenders, goes right down the lane, bounce pass to Sullivan. He reverses after the pump fake. Apple put it up a second time. It would not go. And the Rams will go to the free throw line, and it looks like for the first time someone other than Chad Sullivan will be there for Paoli.
Exactly right, and Wyatt Hensley is going to get the foul here for Crawford County. That's now 3 on Hensley, second of the quarter on the Wolfpack. Good job with the two-man game there between Apple and Sullivan there, and then Apple getting the offensive rebound. Chad made a good move, couldn't get the shot to go on that right-to-left reverse, and then Apple now at the line getting that first free throw for his 5th point of the night.
Dakota, one of the better free throw shooters on this team at 72% for Paoli. As once again, wholesale substitutions coming in. Apple's second free throw is bottom of the net. Thornton in, Mitten in, Padgett out along with Kirkland Hughes. Re-entering will be Brody Fish, and Levi Richardson takes his seat on the bench. Also, Devin Decker re-entered as well. Bowman across the timeline with the dribble, jump pass in the corner to Fish on the right side, bobbled it, got it back, tried to step through, lost his balance, and he traveled. That he did, as he wanted a foul, but he just tried to step through a double team and got tangled up.
And that's the downside of that double team. If you're going to get through, you got to go through it immediately, because as soon as it closes up, it really closes the gap, and it forces you to have to make a move like that that's awkward that can result in a turnover.
33-18, Rams on top, 3:30 to go in the third. Sullivan to the left of the key to Apple to Mitten against the zone defense. Apple top of the key, jump pass to Mitten. Mitten down low in the lane. Sullivan has the ball knocked away loose. A good job that time by Signs down low. 8 turnover the night for the Rams. Quickly Bowman the other way into the offensive end. Turns the corner, down the lane he goes. Scoop shot in traffic, no good. Bodies all over the place, ball loose, and we're going to get a foul called somewhere away from the basketball. There was just all kinds of humanity in there tangled up. when it's all said and done, the Rams look like they will be called for the foul.
And it will be Ian Sullivan who will be charged with his first foul. There were just arms and bodies all over the place there in that left side of the lane. That's where the rebound was, and Sullivan going to get called for a little bit of a push there as Mischel comes out for Crawford County, and we got Sturgeon back on the floor this time for the Wolfpack.
Rams zone it in underneath the basket into the corner right side. Signs dribbles in. He loses the ball. In fact, he lost it. He was standing out of bounds. That's turnover number 12. 5, though, in this quarter for Crawford.
Menton and Apple did a great job hemming him in, gave him nowhere to go with it once he got down low, and Signs was trying to get it out of there as soon as he could out to that left corner. The problem was he was out of real estate by that point.
15-point Rams lead. Crawford drops back to that 2-3 zone. Sullivan to the left of the key, to Mitten to the right of the key. Working Apple along the baseline. He'll pop out to the high post. Mitten gives it to him on the right wing. Dakota looking down low in the high post is Thornton. Quick catch, shot, turn, hit the heel of the rim, bounce straight up and through for Justin Thornton's 4th point of the night. Rams up 35-18, 2:30 to go. 2-2-1 full court pressure. In the backcourt, Signs with the basketball. To Sturgeon in the middle of the court, back to Signs on the right side. Signs used up the dribble, needs some help. Going to pass it over the top to Sturgeon. Sturgeon between the circles. Rams also in a 2-3 zone. Decker has it to the left of the key, dribbles into the high post, fires a pass down low. It went off a lot of hands down there, and the last one, I believe, will be Chad Sullivan. Crawford will retain possession.
Cooper Spires in for Dakota Apple for Paoli. Landon Signs out, and Levi Richardson returning for the Wolfpack. They're struggling with this zone defense. The offense has just gone stagnant for Crawford County. Outside of Bowman, nobody else has really been able to step up and get a shot attempt.
That's kind of been their problem throughout the year whenever they struggle. The ball deflected. Thornton ahead to Spires, shovels it over to Ian Sullivan. Elevates and lays it just over the front of the rim for his first 2 of the night. 37-18, under 2 minutes to go. Bowman down the lane, can he answer? Runner is up, no good, but a foul will be called, and that will put Braxton Bowman to the free throw line for the Wolfpack to shoot a pair.
Foul is going to be called here on the Rams. It'll be against, it'll be Ian Sullivan again. Second foul on Ian, and that'll be the 4th of the quarter on the Rams as well. So that'll put Bowman at the line 2 shots. Crawford County has not scored for 5 minutes of game time as Bowman steps to the line, and that drought continues after he misses that first free throw.
And I was just about ready to brag on him being the best free throw shooter on the team at 70%, but left that one a little bit short. Don't know, maybe here some of that mental and physical fatigue may be starting to set in here with 1:52 to go in the third. Second one by Bowman, and it's going to be short as well, and Chad Sullivan comes down with the rebound. That's something we'll probably never see the rest of his career, missing 2 free throws there. Rams working on a 37-18 lead. Mitten has it on the right side against the 2-3 zone. Back out front to Spires. High post to Thornton. Justin drives down the lane, muscles a shot up in traffic, no good. Chad gets the offensive rebound, passes over to Thornton from the left side to the right side. He put it up. It went in, and a foul will be called. However, I think the official's going to say this foul occurred before the shot attempt on the floor.
Right. It happened well before that. Thornton got the shot up well after the whistle had blown there, so the foul will be whistled on Devin Decker of Crawford County. That's going to be 2 on Decker tonight, 3rd on the team in the quarter. Rams going 1-4 low on the inbound.
Right into Paget. 1 power dribble in front of the rim. Softly elevates above everybody off the heel of the rim and in. He's got 12. Rams have a 39-18 lead. First 20-point lead of the night here for Paoli. Again, in that 3-quarter court pressure, into the front court finally. Sturgeon has it at the spike line. Goes to Decker. Decker into the corner to Fish. Fish dribbles inside the arc, passes it to a cutting Sturgeon, bobbled it, got it back, but nowhere to go. Over to Fish, pull up 15-footer left side, no good. Ball tipped around, Mitten had it, it's loose on the floor. Coming up with it, Ian Sullivan tried to bounce it off somebody, but threw it way ahead. Here's Paget going to cross over, drives down the lane, lays it up and good. Dane Paget, little crossover Euro step there in traffic, and it's 41-18 with 45 seconds to go. Rams starting to gap it out again down the lane. Bowman, he knows that he has to score to get his team back in some kind of rhythm. On the baseline, driving in. Oh, a nice up and under move that time by Decker off the glass. Breaks that drought, making it 41-20. Spires in the backcourt. Bowman a little bit too aggressive. trying to reach around, and a foul will be called on Braxton Bowman of Crawford County.
Going to be 2 on Bowman, 4th of the quarter on Crawford County. That was the first basket the Wolfpack had scored in 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Decker was the one who got them going early. He has been almost silent ever since that first quarter, and then finally getting that basket there to at least alleviate some of the pressure off the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack coming out in their jump trap out of the 2-3 with 20 seconds to go. Mitten back to Spires. Rams will hold for one to see if they can close it out. Paoli, it looks like we'll get the ball to start the fourth quarter unless we have a jump ball situation. Hughes back in as well to Spires near the 10-second line with 9. Over to Hughes, cross court to Thornton. Thornton goes left side to Mitten with 4 into the corner. Here's Hughes going to launch 3. Left side, short, no good. Rebound, those Spires in one motion. Lays it up there, good off the glass. Counted, and the Rams will go to the fourth quarter of play, leading 43-20. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
If personalized service, answering your questions, and ensuring you have peace of mind is important to you when it comes to insurance, then contact Scott Blankenbaker at Orange County Farm Bureau Insurance. With 29 years of experience of protecting what matters to you most, Scott can tailor plans that can save you money, whether you're in need of auto, home, renters, life, business, or farm insurance. Give Scott Blankenbaker at Orange County Farm Bureau Insurance a call today at 812-723-2704 and stop knocking on wood.
Looking for a bank that actually puts you first? Then it's time to meet Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, where banking feels a little more human. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, chasing your first home, or planning that someday retirement dream, we've got your back every step of the way. Enjoy personal service, local decisions, and real people who care about your goals. Stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center or visit us online at svbt.bank to get you started. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Final 8 minutes rolls around. Rams up by 23. Going to give a shout out here early to Tournament Director Hank Wheaton and his crew here at Salem High School. And also a big thank you to the media class, J.D. Swift and his crew, for providing stats at each quarter break, and we appreciate that very much, as Paoli will begin this third quarter up by 23. Kirkland Hughes, Dakota Apple, Dane Padgett, Cade Walls checked in along with Justin Thornton. Crawford got to start to have to get into a scramble mode and get more aggressive here in their half-court zone defense. They cannot just sit back because they're down by 23. Hughes to the left of the key. Bowman along with Sturgeon out front. Along the baseline is Decker, Richardson along with Fish. And there we talk about it. And coming out is Ian Sturgeon to kick it into the stands.
Now getting the foot on it there off the inbound. Wolfpack in a deep hole right now. They've got to do something to try to turn up the heat on the Rams. Problem is that's exactly what Paoli would like to see happen. Get them up high, go back door like right there.
Right there. They got Padgett missed the bunny down low on the great feed from the high post that time by Thornton. Rebound to Fish quickly. Here's Bowman. Spin move down the lane. Throws up a shot off the glass. No good. Thornton inside position. Comes out of there with the basketball. They give it off to Apple. Apple as Bowman finally gets into the offensive end. Thornton launches a 3. It's off the rim. No good. Ball tried to go out of bounds. And Kirkland Hughes goes up and throws it off the foot of Sturgeon. And then it does go out of bounds. It'll be Rams basketball.
And Paoli just can't buy an outside shot. It's been the case all night. They're now 1 out of 12. Good thing for them is Crawford County hasn't been able to either. So for both teams, it's been the paint inside the arc. That's where they've had the most success offensively.
Cross-court pass to Walls. Fakes 3, dribbles all the way in. Gives it off to Padgett down the lane. This time Dane's shot rims in and out. No good. And Richardson another one. Rams miss a couple of point-blank shots that could have really broken this one open if it isn't already at 23. Out high on the left side, Sturgeon has it near the volleyball spike line. Rams stay in there 2-3. Sturgeon steps through, gives it off to Bowman. He dribbles into the lane, right side, blocked out of there by Thornton. Nice play by Justin with that help defense on the back line.
Bowman trying to get in there and just trying to get a high percentage shot. He went just a little too deep. Thornton did a great job standing his ground. He'll get a much-deserved break on the bench after getting that block shot there for the Rams.
Rams have Chad Sullivan back in along with Cooper Spires. Fish into the corner, out front to Decker. Back into the corner off the screen, Bowman. And we're going to get a foul called on Dane Padgett. And there again, the strength of Dane gets him in trouble. Talked to Dane after the game at North Harrison where to start the game, the official did not have the best toss in the world that didn't go Dane's way. A couple of minutes later, they were talking and laughing. I asked Dane, did he apologize for the toss? And he said, no, I just need to work out more. And there's 3, top of the key by Devin Decker. He's got 13 to make it 43-23. Wolfpack will need a lot more of that here to try and claw back into this game. Apple into the offensive end of the free throw line. Pass it back out to Spires. Spires looking, give it off to Hughes on the right side. Skip it over to Apple to the left of the key. Rams spread it out in the offensive side. 2-guard front. Hughes and Apple. Apple jump pass left side. Spires going to drive baseline all the way in. Oh, blocked nicely out there by Richardson. So right there is Dane Padgett in the middle of the lane to lay it up and good. Another second chance opportunity for Paoli. 5:50 in counting. Decker quickly in the offensive end. Bowman steps into 3, and it's good again. Braxton Broman right in front of the Crawford County bench makes it 45-26. Out high, Apple spin move around the defender. Gets down in the lane, pull up 10-footer, back of the rim, no good. Sullivan had it. Can he throw it back in? It does. It goes off Fish, then Spires right back to Chad Sullivan. Nice spin move down the lane to the inside and back to the outside, and Chad gets 2 more. Here's a steal by Apple. He put it up in traffic, no good. And that will put Dakota at the free throw line. That's turnover number 14 of the night for the Wolfpack. 7 in this half.
Sullivan getting his 7th point after Padgett just got his 16th point for Paoli with 5:24 to go in the quarter. 47-26, foul on Crawford County, and it'll be on Ian Sturgeon. And that'll be his team's first of the quarter as well. Free throw off the mark for Apple on that first attempt. Crawford County going back to Wyatt Hensley off the bench, replacing Brody Fish in the rotation for Crawford County.
Apple trying to split this trip. 72% free throw shooter on the year for the Rams. Second one is up and true and through. 48-26, Rams on top. 5:20 to go. Paoli again extends to their half-court trap. Bowman across the timeline with the dribble. They'll give it up to Sturgeon. Sturgeon to the left of the key, gets to the high post. Pass it back out to Braxton Bowman. Bowman fakes, dribbles down the lane, spin move, caught in a double team. And that time, Dane did get the foul reaching in. There was no question about that one.
Yeah, he definitely reached. He had Chad Sullivan on the other side there trying to prevent Bowman from spinning toward the middle. That foul on Padgett, now his 3rd. Team second of the quarter here on Paoli with 5:08 to go in the driver's seat. Padgett will come out. Justin Thornton back in there, giving them quality minutes, especially on the defensive end tonight here for Paoli.
Miskell checks back in for Hensley. Inbounds comes to Bowman. The ball poked away by Apple from behind. However, Dakota will be called for a reach-in, and a couple of quick fouls here called on the Rams with 5:07 to go.
Just the second on Dakota Apple, 3rd of the quarter on Paoli. It'll be another inbound for Crawford County. They rotate Brody Fish back in for Levi Richardson, and the Rams setting up in that 2-3 zone. It's given Crawford County fits here in the second half. The Wolfpack have only scored 10 points, and mostly against this 2-3 zone.
Oh, nice steal that time. Traylon Mitten with his length in the passing lane. Up the Spires, give it off to Sullivan all alone. Gets a couple of people to fly on the pump fake, laid it up and good off the glass. 2 more for Chad.
9 on the night now.
Rams lead at 50-26. And the ball is going to be kicked in the backcourt as Apple once again got a foot on it. As once again, Paoli just continues that half-court pressure as we see Brody Fish back in, and coming out will be Devin Decker for the Wolfpack. Ian Sullivan ready to check in, and Cooper Spires will get a break at the 4:49 mark. The winner of this game will meet Mitchell in game number 2 on Friday night in the semifinal round. Mitchell earlier tonight defeated Clarksville to punch their ticket to the Friday night matchup. Into the front court, Bowman has it to the left of the key. Pass it in the corner to Miskell to the high post. Here's Sturgeon, high arcing shot. May have been partially blocked by Chad Sullivan, and also he got him on the hand, said the official. And that'll be a 2-shot opportunity for the Crawford County Wolfpack.
That's only going to be the first foul of the night on Chad Sullivan for Paoli, and that will be 4 in the quarter now. Neither team has reached the bonus in any of the previous 3 quarters, but it'll be Sturgeon at the line for 2 shots, has yet to score tonight coming to the line.
Sturgeon averages 7 points per ball game, and he missed that first free throw. Checking in again, Levi Richardson. He's going to replace Sturgeon. So Sturgeon, that rare opportunity. Do I make it and go out, or do I miss and stay in? That's quite a quandary here. We'll see what the 5'10 junior does. 63% free throw shooter, and that one he got up and good. 50-27. Want to shout out to our broadcast partner, Bert Pedigo. Hopefully starting to feel better from a little bit of after effects of the flu, and Hopefully he'll be back with us on Friday because David's got to work at Lagodi on Friday. So.
Yeah, got to see what the Orleans Bulldogs are up to. They got the Vincennes Gervais Patriots in that first semifinal game over there in Lagodi.
Apple on the run down the lane. Here's flying through is Chad Sullivan. Got the shot up good. A trailing foul called, and that'll put Chad at the line for a three-point play opportunity.
Well, that'll be his 11th point of the night. He has 6 here in the quarter, does Chad. Makes it now a 25-point lead. That foul on Crawford County on Levi Richardson. First on Richardson tonight. First foul of the quarter, or second foul of the quarter, that is, on Crawford County.
Chad had 12 in the first meeting. Free throw no good. Tipped around. It comes over to Thornton. He puts it up in traffic on the left side of the glass and good. Justin Thornton with his strength, 54-27, 4:20 and counting. Rams continue to put the pressure on in the half court. Bowman crosses over down the lane. Pull up 14-footer in and out, no good. Rebound, Chad Sullivan comes down in traffic. Needs some help. Finally gives it over to Thornton. Thornton down the right side. Rams have dominated the boards here in this second half to Ian. Ian, hesitation move down the lane. Now he's going to spin back, put it up off the glass and good. Nice little soft jump one-handed shot there by Ian for his 4th point of the night. Into the corner. Misko has it. He's looking for some cutters down the lane. He's got Fish, who goes over to Richardson. He bobbled it. Kick it out to Hensley. Hensley down the lane, but there's Ian Sullivan to step in for the steal. Ian will bring it up with the dribble. Gives it off to Hughes. Fakes left. Now he's going to fire three. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Up high is Sullivan to get it, but I believe the officials say that it hit the clock that's on top of the backboard, so that makes it out of bounds. And that will give the ball over to Crawford County.
Paoli's depth has just worn on Crawford County mentally and physically. They go back to the bench. Apple out and back in is Trey Minton again. And that depth and the physical play that Paoli has, it does do that to just about every team. But for Crawford County not having answers to score besides Bowman or Decker, it's made it difficult.
Quickly in the offensive end, Hensley going to give it off to Bowman. Drives down the lane. Missed the shot. No good. Rebound Thornton. Thornton slows it up. Here's Minton. Kick it out into the corner. Stepping back three. A high arcing shot way off the mark by Kirkland Hughes as the ball goes out of bounds. And let's see, who was it off? Haven't. Looks like the Rams are going to stay down, so apparently it went off one of the Crawford County players. Fish and Decker were down there that couldn't get their mitts on it. To the left, Minton to throw it in on the baseline. Right into Thornton. A quick catch and shot up and good. That was too easy. And Thornton again gets two more. Another strong game for Justin off the bench for Paoli. 58-27 as we near the 3-minute mark. Ball tipped away. Sullivan, Ian tipped it out ahead. Here driving down is Minton. Fouled, shot up good, and counted as the Rams score on the 17th turnover committed by Crawford County here tonight. And that'll put Trey Minton at the line for a 3-point play opportunity.
Foul will be on Braxton Bowman of Crawford County, his third, team's third of the quarter. The Rams reaching the 60-point plateau. They're going to start clearing the bench now as Thornton, Sullivan, and Hughes will all go to the bench. And with 3:01 to go, it's pretty well a wrap at this point. Minton getting that basket, his 8th point of the game. He had all 6 of his points prior to that in the second quarter. So he has really just played well tonight again for Paoli.
Free throw front of the rim, back of the rim, and good. A nice game again by Trey. He can do that game in and game out down the stretch. That'll make the Rams that much tougher. Cade Walls in, Landon Smith, Colton Beckley, and Clay Turner as the bench has been emptied for the Rams. Braxton Bowman into the offensive end. Rams stay in that 2-3. Give it off to Decker. Back to Bowman. Crosses over down to the left elbow. Ball tipped away. He got it back. He went up for the shot. He's going to be fouled. Rams are going to be over the limit, but that'll be a 2-shot foul anyway for Braxton Bowman.
Yeah, regardless of whether that was a foul on the floor or not, as Colton Beckley picks it up for Paoli, that's going to be his first, team's 5th of the quarter, and that'll put Braxton Bowman to the line. He went 0 for 2 his last trip there in the third quarter. Don't see that from him very often. He's got 11 points tonight, and the second leading scorer behind Devin Decker for the Wolfpack.
2 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James School Board. Free throw is up and good by Bowman. As Ricky Misko will check back in, and coming out will be Devin Decker. Decker, a senior, probably his last time exiting the court in the brown and burnt orange for Crawford County. 61-28, Rams on top. Second free throw, Bowman up and good. Rams will see some pressure, full court style here by the Wolfpack. Ian Sullivan down the right sideline into the offensive end. Sullivan, his pass going to be deflected, stolen by Bowman. Bowman the other way, crosses over, drives in, and it's going to be rejected out of there by Ian Sullivan, but that'll be goaltending. and that will be 2 for Bowman.
Ball was on its way up, but it was also kind of on its way down there as he got it down the right side. Ian went up high to try to block the shot. Problem was that the ball was coming down when Bowman got the layup, so he gets the points there, his 15th point of the night, and the Wolfpack again subbing out another senior for a curtain call here in front of their crowd.
Turner ahead to Sullivan. Ian bounce pass to Landon. Smith put the shot up and good off the glass. So Landon, the fan favorite, the senior, gets his first sectional point, 63-31 with 2:20 to go in the ball game. Bowman jump pass in the lane, knocked away, stolen by Beckley. Beckley ahead to Walls on the right side. Cade will slow it down, and the Rams set it up here in the half court. Turnover number 18 on the night for the Wolfpack. Driving in, Cade Walls. He puts up a short jumper. It will not go. Ball was loose on the floor, and finally coming out of there with it is Hensley. Hensley's got 4 or 5 Ram players around him, and reach-in foul going to be called on Paoli, and that will have everybody walk the length of the court for some free throws with exactly 2 minutes remaining on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams now officially 2 minutes away from punching their ticket to the semifinal round. As we get substitution in quickly, 25 will be Lucas Cox, as Coach Bowles trying to go to his bench and get some players in as well. And to the line will be number 40, Wyatt Hensley, 5'10", senior, averaging 67% from the line. See if he can go out on a high mark with a couple of free throws. First one is up and good. Substitution, Cox now does come into the ball game. And let's see, going out will be Braxton Bowman for Crawford County. Justin Thornton in, and Ian Sullivan will take a seat on the bench for the Rams for the final 2 minutes of this ball game. Hensley's second free throw, back to the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cade Walls for the Rams. Again, the Rams have completely dominated the backboards in this second half. Walls across the timeline with the dribble. Crawford's gone to their man-to-man. Rams double high post set. Walls on the right wing, used up the dribble. Needs some help finally to Clay Turner. Turner give it off to Thornton. Thornton to the left of the key, back to Walls. Walls pulls it out near the center circle, gets a screen, crosses over, goes left to right, down low. He's got Beckley in traffic, and as Colton goes up, he is fouled. A couple of players in there, Sturgeon along with Signs, and we'll see which one gets the foul.
Well, they're going to give it to Landon Signs. That'll be his third, so he joins Bowman and Hensley with 3 fouls apiece for Crawford County. Team's 4th foul of the quarter as well with 1:33 left, and Colton Beckley getting to the free throw line. First one on the way, left it short. No backspin on that shot at all, so got to extend a little more, get that wrist flipped. Crawford County going back to the bench again as Alaric Kaiser comes in. He will replace, of course, Brody Fish, who is one of the seniors on this Crawford County team, getting his last substitution.
There we go. Colton got 1 out of 2 at the line to get his name in the book. Again, Kaiser, 5'9" freshman, quickly running it up into the offensive end. Miskell, 1 dribble, step back, high arcing 3, in and out, no good. Ball tipped around, loose, finally pulled down by Signs. That's an offensive rebound, one of the few, but then stolen away out front by Cade Walls. He goes the length of the court to lay it up and in. 66-32 with 1:10 to go. Quickly in the offensive end, Sturgeon will slow it up to Signs around the perimeter to Kaiser. Give it up to Miskell on the right side. Kaiser between the circles, working on the left wing. Dribble in Signs, now he steps back. Oh, the lefty swishes a big 3. So Signs gets his first 3 of the night, 66-35. Down to 50 seconds to go in the ball game. Half-court trap out high, and Clay Turner going to be fouled by Sturgeon, but that should put him over the limit, I believe, and that should put Clay at the free throw line. And if Clay, I believe, can score, everybody would, nope, just going to be should be 2. And that'll put Clay Turner at the line and give the Rams, I believe, a chance for everybody to score here in this ball game.
Yep, everybody has scored so far, so if he can just make 1 out of 2, that would get everybody, the entire sectional roster, a point in the first round. Pretty impressive if that happens, and it does here.
Clay wastes no time bearing that first free throw.
Save the drama for everybody on that one.
Dallas Byerly comes in, the 5'10 sophomore, and going out will be Ian Sturgeon, the junior. 47.4 seconds to go, 67-35, Rams on top. Second free throw by Clay, rattled around, went back and hit the backboard and went through, so he got both of them to go. Not the purest, but it counted. Byerly in the backcourt, give it off to Kaiser, working into the corner left side. Signs cross-court pass to Miskell as the Rams stay in their half-court man-to-man. Kaiser between the circles with 33 seconds to go to Byerly. work it into the corner, looking down low. Cox, and as he tried to make a move on Landon Smith, Lucas Cox, the 6-foot junior, is fouled, and that'll put number 25 to the free throw line for the Wolfpack.
Now second foul on Smith, and now Cox going to the line trying to get some bench points. By the way, the free throw that Hensley made earlier was their first bench point. Signs gave them 4 with that 3, so it's just been a sign of how tough it's been for Crawford County. Cox buries the first free throw. They just don't really have the depth of scoring. It's been the case all season with Bowman and Decker being the 2 primaries, Sturgeon stepping in there at times, but there's still a lot of young guys who are coming back that will have a big summer ahead of them.
Free throw rolls in and out. Thornton with the rebound. He'll bring it up across the timeline with 20 seconds to go. Good crowd of Ram fans across the way, taking in about a quarter of the seats here at Brooks Memorial Gymnasium on the Everett Dean floor. And Crawford County backs off, and that's going to be your ball game tonight as the Rams will win and advance. Your final tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli 68, Crawford County 36. We'll come back to begin the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
If personalized service, answering your questions, and ensuring you have peace of mind is important to you when it comes to insurance, then contact Scott Blankenbaker at Orange County Farm Bureau Insurance. With 29 years of experience of protecting what matters to you most, Scott can tailor plans that can save you money, whether you're in need of auto, home, renters, life, business, or farm insurance. Give Scott Blankenbaker at Orange County Farm Bureau Insurance a call today at 812-723-2704 and stop knocking on wood.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Cowcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Cowcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Cowcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Rams win and advance here tonight in the second game of the Class 2A Sectional 46 at Salem High School as Paoli victorious over Crawford County for the second time in less than a week. 68-36 is your final here tonight as we begin the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show from Brooks Memorial Gymnasium on the Everett Dean Court. Well, this was a game that was close in the first quarter as Crawford County came out very aggressive, took control of the game, doing a nice job of taking care of the basketball and, most importantly, rebounding. And the Pack had a 10-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. But then the Rams came back in that second quarter, clamped down in their half-court defense, started to pick it up in full court as well, got the pace quickened, and Paoli a big second quarter as they were able to jump out then to a 9-point advantage at the half. 25-16, limiting the Wolfpack to just 6 points in that second period. Then the Rams once again continue to get things rolling in the third quarter of play, able to extend the lead out to 43-20 at the end of 3, and then they just continue to apply that pressure, build that lead up, get it up to near 30 points before Paoli then able to start subbing players in at will with no problem, and the Rams able to close it out here tonight. Again, your final 68-36. The Rams victorious here in their first game of sectional play. With that, the number 1 Rams improved to 24-0. Now that will tie the most wins in a season by a Paoli Ram basketball team. This will match the total of the 1991-92 team that finished 24-2 on the season. So the Rams again a chance to break another record come Friday night in sectional play when they take on the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Rebounding here tonight for Paoli. The Rams on the boards here tonight as their total rebounds. They had 43 in the ball game. They had 22 defensive rebounds, 21 offensive rebounds. The Rams a good job of taking care of the basketball with just 9 turnovers in this contest. For Crawford County, they had 20 rebounds, as those 20, a combination here tonight of 14 defensive rebounds and 6 offensive rebounds. And for the game, the Wolfpack end up with 18 turnovers in this ball game. But where it counts the most on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it is Paoli with the win, 68-36, to advance to the semifinal round on Friday night to take on the Mitchell Blue Jackets, as the Jackets also victorious here tonight earlier against the Clarksville Generals, 62-49. When we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show, we'll take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Are your retirement savings scattered about several employer-sponsored plans and individual IRAs? Let a Raymond James financial advisor provide you with education on what options you may have. Each may have potential benefits and drawbacks. So we'll consider your specific situation and discuss how best to address your unique needs and goals. Call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Located in Mitchell today, and take control of your retirement assets. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, life well planned.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Cowcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Cowcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Cowcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Number 1 team in Class 2A, the Paoli Rams open up their first game in postseason play, a win in sectional here tonight. As for the second time, as we mentioned, in less than a week, victorious over the Crawford County Wolfpack, 68-36. As we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show, David Deaton has a look at some of those winning Ram numbers tonight.
Well, for Paoli, shooting improved in the second half. They were just 10 out of 26 over the first 2 quarters of play tonight, but they did shoot the ball much better in the final 2 quarters, went 8 out of 16 from the floor in that third quarter of play. And then 10 out of 15 in the fourth quarter, so they certainly got stronger as the game went along from an offensive perspective. 18 out of 31 from the floor shooting in the second half total. Add it all up with the field goals tonight, the Rams were 28 out of 57, 49%. Not too shabby considering they were just 38% over the first 2 quarters of play. And as far as three-point shooting went, it just wasn't the Rams' night from the outside. And ideally, you'd like to see that improve over the next couple of days going into Friday night's game with Mitchell. Want to start finding that range from the outside, because if you do get past the Blue Jackets on Friday night and get to that championship, you're going to have to be able to knock down a few threes if you're going to be able to hoist the trophy. The Rams just 1 out of 14 total after going 0 for 6 over the final 2 quarters, 1 of 8 in the first half. So 1 out of 14 in total, 7% tonight for Paoli. Free throw shooting was a little tough tonight. The Rams 3 out of 6 over the first 2 quarters, 2 of 2 in the third quarter, 5 out of 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. They end up going 10 out of 16 from the free throw line tonight for 63% here against Crawford County. For the Wolfpack tonight, 8 of 23 in the first half shooting. Their shooting didn't really improve much in the second half. They were 2 out of 6 in the third quarter from the floor and end up going 4 out of 8 in the fourth quarter, though, so they did have a surge there late. Started knocking down some threes after going 0 for in the first 3 quarters. The Wolfpack end up going 6 out of 14 in the second half. They shoot a total of 14 out of 14 out of 37 tonight for Crawford County from the floor. They end up shooting 38% from the field as a result. Three-point shooting was not there most of the night for Crawford County either, 0 for 10 in the first three quarters, but then they made all three of their attempts in the fourth quarter. So they go 3 out of 13, 23% from behind the arc. And free throw shooting, not the Wolfpack's friend tonight either, 0 for 1 in the first half, 0 for 2 in the third quarter, 5 out of 8 in the fourth quarter, a total of 5 out of 11 on free throws tonight, 45% for Crawford County. Looking at the score by quarter, the Wolfpack actually led this game 10-7 in the first quarter, but the Rams, just like they did last Friday, they turned the game around and turned it in their favor in that second quarter of play, 18-6 rather in that second quarter. Led at 25-16 at the break. In the third quarter, the Rams really opened it up on Crawford County, outscoring the Wolfpack 18-4, taking a 43-20 lead into the fourth, and then the Rams finishing their job tonight with the win 25-16 in that fourth quarter and elevating that final score to 68-36 as the Rams roll to 24-0. And now we'll go to the semifinal round, an all-PLAC affair again on Friday night, this time with the Mitchell Blue Jackets, who defeated Clarksville earlier tonight in the first round here at Salem.
Well, we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show. We'll talk with head coach, that being Dusty Cole, making his way up. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own, your family, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor who can create a plan uniquely tailored to you, all backed by the sophisticated resources of Raymond James. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Paoli victorious, 68-36, your final tonight in their first sectional matchup here in the Class 2A Sectional 46 here at Salem High School over the Crawford County Wolfpack. Coach Dusty Cole joins us now here after the Rams victory. And, Coach, it never is easy in sectional play. Found that out pretty early, but I think you summed it up best. It's a 32-minute game.
It's a 32-minute game, and we preach that all the time, especially with this team. Because, you know, there's a lot of teams that just kind of struggle sometimes for 3 or 4 minutes. They just have a bad spurt. But you know, we play a lot of guys, so that's kind of part of the plan. The longer the game, the better for us sometimes. So, you know, if we could play 40, that would probably even be better. But you know, kind of got off to a slow start. Probably my fault, to be honest with you. We just really preached to the guys about just not picking up the fouls early. You know, we played down at Crawford the other night. We picked up some fouls. We put them on the free throw line, and it slowed the game down a little bit. And you know, we really talked about just kind of moving our feet, keep them in front a little bit. Well, we came out and didn't have pressure on the ball, and, you know, the tempo wasn't very good. So probably my fault. But, you know, we explained to them what we were actually talking about. You know, we just don't want to pick up 8 or 9 of the fouls in that first quarter, put them on the free throw line, get them some easy points. You know, the way we play, we're going to get a couple. And you know, once we adjusted to that at the quarter break, I thought we played 3 quarters of really good basketball.
That you did. It started off with your defense, though, in that second quarter.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we turned the pressure up a little bit. We got some traps out of it. We started to score off our defense some, get some easy baskets. And, again, you know, just kind of wear the other team down. That's always, you know, part of the plan, too. You know, we're bringing those fresh guys back in, you know, and they're playing against those guys that aren't coming out of a game, and you know, makes such a difference. It really does. We try to do that in practice too. We try to give our guys, and you'll make them make about 6 or 8 trips, you know, just against our defense, and then we bring a fresh guy in on them, and we're like, this is what we're doing to the other team, you know, and they're just dog tired, and that's what the other team feels like. So, you know, about probably once every 2 or 3 weeks we do that with our guys just to remind them, you know, this is what we're trying to do. And you know, it just kind of takes its toll on them, and then they start to pick up some fouls, and you know, they kind of soften up that way too. But you know, we did a good job getting the ball inside. That's always big for us. You know, Dane and Chad had big games for us again. between the two of them. They're loaded in there, and they keep coming at you. We've got two of them in the game sometimes, and even Justin now has been playing his best basketball by far the last 3 or 4 weeks. So he also had 8 points and 5 rebounds for us, so our bigs kind of dominated inside.
That they did, Coach. After that very good second quarter, you came back and backed it up with another strong third quarter play.
Our guys have done a really good job coming out of the halftime break, making a couple really small adjustments. There's not any major adjustments, just a couple small things we talk about that we have to carry over, something we might have to fix a little bit. And they do a really good job coming out of the quarter breaks and the halftime breaks, and the third quarter has been good for us all season long.
Middle quarters there, Coach. You outscored them 36-10, and then another big 25-point quarter to close out this ball game.
And a big difference on the glass, too.
Yes.
We got a lot of offensive rebounds. I think after the first quarter we might have been down 7-5 even, or something like that. And then the halftime break, it was still pretty close. I think we had the lead in the rebounds, but still pretty close. And then we just really gapped it out there. End up out-rebounding by about 20 rebounds. So big difference in the second half. We just gave them the one shot, and we started getting some 2 and 3 chances at it, and did a really good job on the glass.
And once again, Coach, that recipe for success, that balanced scoring was there again tonight.
I think everybody scored.
Yes, they did.
And that doesn't happen very often in a sectional game. Just a credit to our guys. They're always ready to go. Always have the balance. We play a lot of guys. And that's been good for us. And, the good thing and kind of one of the reasons we're undefeated still is there's a lot of players in the state, and just a lot of these teams, they have really good players. But if they have an off night, they can be beat. We have a lot of guys. If they have an off night, we've got 3 or 4 other guys stepping up with that balance. So that makes a big difference. So, we've got some guys, sometimes they don't play very well, but there's always 3 or 4 guys that step up. It's always different guys. You don't know who it's going to be. But I think every night we've had somebody play well.
Yeah, we have. And then, of course, Coach, bottom line, you win, and that means you're coming back on a Friday night, a rematch again, this time with the Mitchell Blue Jackets.
Yeah, and, we get to practice again, too, and just enjoy our time together. They really have a good time. Every practice is important for us. Every game's important. We get to play again. We get to practice again, and they have a good time doing that. We saw Mitchell up there. They got pretty excited when we were down, but, we looked up there in the fourth quarter, and they're already gone. So, we'll be ready to play those guys. They played well tonight. I thought they had a good second half as well. They've got some nice players, and then, we'll have to hit some shots from the outside, but because they'll probably pack it in a little bit. But, I think our guys will be ready to go.
Well, it showed our crowd again how to win, and I'm sure they'll be back in force again on Friday night.
And, it's been great. We had people on the square. Probably had 30 or 40 people there, as the kids left the town a little bit. The school looks great. Everything around town looks great. We've got people still jumping on board, and we talk about it all the time. We'll take all the help we can get, all the support we can get, and it's really fun to play like that. But we had a great crowd tonight. It was great.
Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you prior to the tip-off on Friday night.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You bet. Head coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams as they win it here tonight, 68-36. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Rams pick up their second win of the year over Crawford County. The other night it was a 40-point win. Tonight it is a 32-point margin of victory for Paoli, who after a bit of a slow start got things rolling in that second and third quarters to gap it out and win it by, again, that final margin of 68-36. As we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show, and David Deaton will take us through some of the individual stats here tonight.
Well, Crawford County had a hard time finding a lot of guys to score tonight. Braxton Bowman and Devin Decker were the two stalwarts as far as the offense went tonight. They combined for 28 of their team's 36 points here in this first-round sectional game, so they scored about 78% of their team's offense. Bowman ended up being the leading scorer tonight after only having 8 points through the first three quarters. He had 6 in the first half. Bowman made a 3 there in the fourth quarter and then a pair of free throws with another basket for 2, so he finishes his night with 15 points. Devin Decker got out of the gate hot in this game, 6 points in the first quarter, 2 points in the second and the third as well, and then he made a triple there in the fourth quarter to get him to 13 points on the night for Crawford County. Off the bench, Landon Signs, a 3 there late, his only points of the game in this contest. Levi Richardson got a bucket there early, 2 points for him tonight. Wyatt Hensley and Lucas Cox split free throws down there in the fourth quarter, 1 point apiece for those guys tonight. Brody Fish and Ian Sturgeon. Sturgeon, by the way, also getting a point on free throws tonight as well, along with Dallas Byerly and Alaric Kaiser. They all got some time tonight, but none of those guys were able to contribute in the scoring department for the Wolfpack. As far as Paoli goes, everybody scored tonight, 2 in double figures. Dane Patchett, 16 points for him. He had 10 of his 16 in the second half. 8 of those points came in the third quarter tonight for Dane. Chad Sullivan, 12 points for him. He had 7 of his 12 in the fourth quarter tonight. Was dominant in this game. By the way, it does adjust the free throw percentage, 11 of 16, 69% total for the Rams tonight, with Sullivan getting that free throw on the three-point play in the fourth quarter. Other scores tonight, Trey Minton, 9 points for him, 6 in the second quarter, 3 in the fourth quarter. Dakota Apple had 7, 2 in the second quarter, 4 in the third, and then 1 point on 1 of 2 free throws in that fourth quarter of play. Justin Thornton had 8, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth quarter. Also tonight, Ian Sullivan, 4 points, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth quarter for him. Kirkland Hughes made a 3 in the second quarter. He just couldn't find that shooting eye the rest of the night, much to his dismay, as Hughes finishes his night with 3 points. You had 4 different Rams who scored 2 points. Cooper Spires got his 2 in the third quarter. Landon Smith had his 2 in the fourth. Cade Walls, 2 in the fourth for him as well. And then Clay Turner, 2 out of 2. He was the last one to get his name in the scoring column tonight for Paoli on those free throws there toward the end of the contest. And last but certainly not least is Colton Beckley, as he ends up 1 out of 2 on free throws. 1 point for him tonight. Anytime you can get everybody in there and everybody scoring, it's a great night for your team. And in the case of Paoli, that was certainly the case. They end up outscoring Crawford County in the second half, 43-20 in total. They turned this game around, got their feet under them in that second half, and now you're Paoli. You got a sectional game behind you, got a little bit of a mojo going into Friday night against a familiar opponent in Mitchell. The Blue Jackets looked really good in their second half tonight against Clarksville, so should be a fun matchup. The rivalry coming over here to Salem, as the two schools, of course, separated by about 14 miles on State Road 37. So it should be a great atmosphere Friday night.
That it will. A lot on the line, because that will put the winner into the championship game on Saturday night. We'll have more from Brooks Memorial Gymnasium on the Everett Dean Court. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Every day, Children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
First round of play in Class 2A Sectional 46 Salem wraps up here tonight. Of course, last night, Salem started things off with a 52-39 win over Eastern. Tonight in Game 1, it was Mitchell 62, Clarksville 49. And in the just completed game, it was Paoli beating Crawford County 68-36. That sets up the Friday night matchups. Providence, 13-7, who drew the bye, will take on Salem at 9-14. Mitchell, now 8-16, will take on the 24-0 Paoli Rams in game number 2. And, of course, will be the second matchup between these two ball clubs as they met at the Hive back on January the 13th. And the Rams able to pick up a big road win in conference play there. 74-44 was your final. But as we saw tonight, playing in a sectional matchup is a total different animal.
It certainly is. I mean, there's pressure, and then you also add the fact that you're playing on a neutral floor as well, so you don't really have the crowd advantage. But if your fans show up and they fill their section, it certainly makes a difference, as it did with Paoli. I think they had the biggest crowd here tonight of the 4 teams that were present tonight. And this Mitchell team, I know they've had their ups and downs this year. It's a younger team than they had. They graduated a huge senior class last year, but Gavin Robinson's one of the best players, certainly in the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference. He's only 5'11", but he plays like he's 6'4" out there on the floor, and he's an energizer. He was that tonight for the Blue Jackets. They're going to need him to lead the way, and, of course, as we mentioned with Crawford County, it's going to take a team effort. That's certainly the case for Mitchell, but if Robinson's leading the way and he can get some guys to help him out Friday, they can maybe try to stay in contact with Paoli throughout the night. It's easier said than done against this Rams team. They play so well together. They don't care who the leading scorer is. It could be a variety of different guys on any given night. And as long as Paoli gets that defense set and they're able to get out and transition the way they like to, that makes them a tough matchup for anybody in this sectional. So it should be a fun matchup Friday night. First game will be Salem and Providence. Providence is 8th in the entire state in defensive average, so the Lions will have their work cut out for them there. But it's always exciting when you get down to the semifinal round, busiest night of the section of the tournament throughout the evening. So be a lot of action here. Should be a great turnout. Should be a great atmosphere for both games coming up on Friday night.
Again, that first game with Providence and Salem tips off at 6. Second game with Mitchell and Paoli around 7:30. We'll be back to wrap things up with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home, protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
We continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show. As David mentioned, Friday night the busiest night as far as postseason play because every sectional site will have at least 2 games with 4 teams remaining to get to the final 2 on that Saturday night championship game. As far as our broadcast schedule, take note, David will be at Lagodi High School, Jack Butcher Arena, as he'll be following the defending state champs as they moved on with an impressive win last night over WC, and they will have a matchup with Vincennes Reveille on Friday in game number 1.
Yeah, that's game 1, and of course we know the Bulldogs fans, they will be there in full force. They'll have their section full on Friday night, and game 2 is going to be exciting because it's the Buggy Bowl coming to the postseason. Bar Reeve knocked out their rival Lagodi tonight, 48-35, and then North Davies knocked out another rival in Shoals, 55-42. So Bar Reeve and North Davies in game 2. It is going to be a hopping place at Jack Butcher Arena Friday night. Of course, we're excited to see Coach Bradley and his Bulldogs see if they can get back to that sectional championship game on Saturday evening over there. And it's always the toughest when you're the defending champs. Bullseye is big on the Bulldogs' back, as not only are they the defending sectional champs, Dave, but of course, to your point, they're also the defending state champions as well. So everybody's going to be going after the Orleans Bulldogs coming up on Friday night, and Vincennes Reveille will get their shot. Should be exciting over there. We'll see how that turns out. And Bulldogs have been playing their best basketball here in the month of February going into March, so it's exciting to see the way this team has grown and developed throughout the year. They gave Paoli a tough way to go, and I think that game was beneficial to both teams in getting them ready for this time of year. So having those rivalries, especially when there was something on the line with a conference title, it certainly made for a big game with stakes there, and of course it definitely helped get these two teams ready mentally and physically for what they had here in the postseason.
That it did. It had that postseason feel and atmosphere at Chambers Gymnasium on that night. Unfortunately, Orange County's other team fell tonight down at Wood Memorial with Springs Valley dropping their game to Northeast DuBois.
Yeah, the Jeeps prevail in that one, 52-39. Valley only scored 16 points when the two teams met in the regular season, so certainly an improvement there. Joe Newcomb, though, I know the season doesn't end the way they want it to, but he's got a young team, and they got a lot better from the beginning of the season to now. So the Blackhawks, they're going to lose a couple of key players to graduation, but the future is bright for Springs Valley, and with Coach Newcomb's track record from his time at Mount Vernon, they just kept getting better and better each year. He was down there on the other side of Evansville, and I'd say that's going to be the case for the Blackhawks as well. So while they're disappointed tonight, they certainly have a lot to look forward to going into the offseason and going into next season as well.
Orleans, though, and Paoli still alive in the semifinal round on Friday night in sectional play. The Wolfpack, they wrap up their season 9-15 as they fall back-to-back games to the Paoli Rams. Again, 68-36 is your final tonight. Once again, a reminder again, we will have Rams basketball coming your way here on Mix 95 on Friday night. Game number 2 here in the second semifinal round, as it will be Mitchell and Paoli in another conference rematch, with the winner advancing to the championship game on Saturday night. And they will take on the winner between game number 1 on Friday, that being Providence and Salem. David, thanks for stepping in and pitch hitting. A great job as always. Always fun when we get together. We don't get to do it very often, but it's always a fun time when we do.
Well, it's first time this season, but, we'll see how things turn out for the rest of the postseason here coming up. I just want to wish the Rams well. I know it's been a great season, a historic season for Paoli basketball. It's a fun team to watch. First time I've gotten a chance to see them tonight, and they are an impressive bunch. Understand why they're number 1 in the state in Class 2A and why they're a team that has a chance to make a deep run this year. So it's always a pleasure to work with you, Dave, as always, and always appreciate the opportunity and looking forward to seeing how the Rams do Friday night in their game, and then we'll see what the Bulldogs do over at Lagodi in Sectional 62 as well on Friday night.
We'll be keeping track of both of those ball games for sure. As we wrap up the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show, Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. As always, I want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school basketball, not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. A big thank you as well to our engineer and producer back at the studio tonight. A great job, as always, by Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. For David Deaton, I'm Dave Dedrick. Again, your final tonight here in the Class 2A Sectional 46. Paoli wins and advances over Crawford County. Your final, 68-36. Good night, everybody.
This coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Bender Lumber, Buddy's Food and Fuel, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Gilman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC and Orange County